Now this is the video that I've been waiting for. Hopefully you guys can bear with me. If you like sneakers, this is definitely the video for you as I go through every single sneaker in my collection. Actually, I think I missed a few, which I will try to add in at the end. However, we got about an hour and 40 minutes plus of sneakers. So if you like sneakers, sit back, relax, hit the like button. Let me know what you guys think. We're gonna start this thing off with my Foamposites. Without further ado, let's get into these sneakers, you dig? First off, we're gonna go ahead and get into my Nike Foamposite Pro and Foamposite 1 collection. I'm a big fan of Foamposite. Of course, it started off with the Royal colorway, which we will get to in a second. But the first Foamposite we're gonna talk about is the Oregon Ducks. These right here represent, of course, the University of Oregon Ducks. Dropped in 2013. I managed to keep these in pretty decent shape over the time. Big fan of these shoes. The detail, you got the paddle on the back. Of course, you got that Oregon stamp all over the Foamposite shell. The translucent, semi-translucent outsole with the sparkles on it. Some people like that, some people don't. Big fan of this colorway. Not hard to match it up, but you do not find this in too many places. When I wear these, head turner, conversation starter, and like I said, when I go to conventions, I don't see too many people rocking these, and I'm proud of that. Next up, we got another Foamposite that's kind of a sleeper. Definitely a big fan of the Nike Air Foamposite Pro Purple Camo. These right here remind me so much of Bathe and Ape, like the Bathe and Ape camo print that they use on their sweaters and such. I like the color combination, definitely stands out. Also gives me a Cameron Purple Haze vibes. Two things that were definitely influential in me. And of course, on a Foamposite Pro, you can't go wrong with that. Of course, with the Nike swoosh on the side, still managed to keep these in good condition. Stealth shoe, man. This shoe can go through a lot of things, almost like a weatherproof type shoe, even though it's a basketball shoe. I love this colorway. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. The next Foamposite one we're gonna get into is the Silver Volt Camo. This one right here has that camo print that's kind of subtle. You got to kind of get close up to look at the Foamposite shell. This right here is definitely fire. Released March 1st, 2014. Kind of like a late birthday present for me. Dropped on my birthday. I'm not mad at the Foamposites, man. These did retail for $250 because they were kind of special, and that's kind of the price point we're seeing for Foamposites in 2024. Definitely a fan of this. That Volt green outsole definitely feels like it would have a glow in the dark vibe, even though it doesn't. Once again, these are Foamposites that you don't see that often, which is right up my alley. Definitely will be wearing these this summer as pretty much everything in my collection. I'm definitely gonna make an effort to wear more of my shoes. Next, we got one of those bangers as well. Yet another camo print theme. We got the Fighter Jet Foamposite 1, which released in 2013. Definitely a banging Foamposite. Very happy to have this in my collection as well. Keeping them up. Not a bad condition. They're definitely holding up well. Classic shoe. Definitely happy to have these. And this shoe right here has a special place in my heart. I found these at the Nike outlet. Had to jump through some hoops to grab them. Left them, had to hide them, go home, grab money, come back to grab them. They were still there for your boy with a little bit of help from somebody who watches the channel. Definitely very happy to have these. The Memphis Tiger, kind of exclusive, didn't come out in too many locations. Somebody must have returned the size 13 and I found them. The next Foamposite that we're gonna get into is the Supreme Foamposite in the red colorway. Now there was two that released, which I was fortunate enough to get both of them, the red and black one. One week, the red one's my favorite colorway. Next week, the black one is. They did come with merch that I missed out on, but these are definitely clean. Very happy to have this exclusive Foamposite in my collection. This was made during the heyday of Foamposites, and hopefully at some point they can get back there. But I'm very happy to have these. Try to do my best to keep them as best in shape as possible, but with age, you know, shoes just become shoes, man. But it seems like Foamposites must be indestructible. Next up, we got the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Safari. I like this one because of the colorway. I like that you can feel the safari print. That definitely has like a debossed feel, if that's the proper term, on the Foamposite shell. These little dots, you can feel them. I like the color combination too. And of course, safaris just always seem to hit Nike shoes. And of course, it's gonna hit a Foamposite. Like I said, these dropped in 2013, still pretty good condition. When they originally came, they had that blue translucent outsole. Right now, not so much, but I'm still a big fan of these. Let me know if you guys are. Next, we have another Foamposite Pro. This is the Army Camo, which dropped in 2013 as well. I should have maybe lined these up a little better, did the pros, then the ones. Either way, it's the same shoe with just some different slight differences. Of course, that Nike swoosh. I'm a big fan of this colorway too. That Army Camo, that dark colorway is definitely fire, goes with a lot. Let me know if you guys are a fan of these. Hard to find these as well. I still got some of my accessories attached to the shoe. Not mad at these Foamposites at all. Next, we have yet another one of my favorite Foamposite Pros. This right here is the Area 72 Asteroid. I'm a big fan of the print all over the Foamposite shell. Definitely gives me Phoenix Suns vibes, one of my favorite teams growing up. And of course, you know, the Foamposites were made popular in the 90s. Definitely a big fan of these. This is the 2013 pair. I think they did have another release after that. Still able to keep these in pretty good condition. Let me know if you guys are a fan of these. These did retail for $250, a little bit more on the pricier side. Made more sense back then than it does now, but I'm very happy to have these in my collection. Definitely a 10 out of 10 when it comes to Foamposites, but we're not done. Spider-Man Foamposite Pro dropped in 2014. Definitely a fire colorway. You're gonna hear me say my shoes are fire because obviously I grabbed them because I thought they were fire. The color combination on these is tough. Nike swoosh on the back. Of course, this is a Foamposite Pro, so you got that Nike swoosh. I'm a big fan of the shoe, how it has the scratch marks, bringing in 3 different colorways on the upper shell. Definitely a head turner, and you do not see these that often at all. If you are a Foamposite head, stand up. Next Foamposite we're gonna talk about is the Phoenix Suns one. Now, this one stands out to me for a few reasons. Once again, the Phoenix Suns was a team that I liked growing up. Barkley and Marley and all them facing Jordan in the finals was just epic. I'm a big fan of like this shiny metallic finish on this Foamposite shell, a little different than we've seen on most of these Foamposites that we talked about so far. Give me your thoughts about these. Definitely still keeping these in some pretty good condition. These released also in 2013. Like I said, that's pretty much the heyday of Foamposites. Getting back to some of the more elite Foamposites, we got the Supreme Foamposite 1. Definitely a fire colorway, the black one with the gold. A lot of people like this one a little more than the red one. I'm a big fan of either one, and it kind of just depends on how I'm feeling for the day. Very fortunate to have both of these in my collection. Doing my best to keep them up to par. I'm a big fan of that carbon fiber hit with the black and white, kind of giving off that checkered board or maybe even some polka dots. Give me your thoughts about these Foamposite Supreme collabs and any one of the Foamposites in this collection. We got a few more to talk about, but I'm definitely happy to have this one in my collection for sure. This next one is a classic, and it's actually an original release from 2013 as well. I did not scoop them up when they came out in 2024, and maybe I should have. This is the Foamposite 1 Eggplant. Very classic. One of those really iconic Foamposites that started the hype with the Foamposites, even though there were some other colorways that were fire that came out before this one. A lot of people like these Eggplants. I'm glad these are still in pretty decent shape. I actually had 2 and 1 got damaged. Luckily, I had this backup pair. Let me know what you guys think about these, of course, and do you own a pair of the Eggplant Foamposites? Next on the Foamposite line, we have a Foamposite Pro in the bright crimson colorway. Kind of a sleeper, but if you like this, then you understand it. That crimson that pops on the shoe is definitely clean. I was a big fan of this colorway, and I definitely try to pop out with these every now and then. Let me know what you guys think about this Foamposite Pro colorway. Then we slide back to the classic Foamposites. This one actually started it all for me. This Varsity Royal colorway is one of a kind. I cannot forget when Mike Bibby wore these in the NCAA tournament. Had to have them. Scooped up a couple pair of these. This is my pair from 2013 as well. Definitely taking them back. Looking forward to adding some more, being that the price is not too high or the price is going down for a 13. But let me know if you guys are a fan of these and do you own them in your collection. Getting close to the end of the Foamposite lineup for me, we have yet another Foamposite 1. This is the whiteout colorway. Definitely subtle, all white with the translucent outsole that is now aged, of course. Still in some pretty decent shape. I wear these every now and then. I do see myself once again rocking these for the summertime at some point, even though they are vintage out from 2013, maybe a little R&R, and they will look even much better. Next up, we have one of the most craziest Foamposites that you will ever see as far as the custom is concerned. If these released to the stores, to the streets, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have grabbed them. Gives me a Dornbecker vibe with the Hulk going on. Not mad at these at all. Rate them from a 1 to 10. I think they're a 10, of course. That's why we have them in the collection. But let me know what you think about this Foamposite. And of all the Foamposites and Foamposite Pros that you have seen in this video. Let me know what are your top 3, what is your favorite. If you're not a Foamposite head at all, let me know that too in the comments below. But this customized Foamposite one is definitely solid. As you guys can see, I'm a big fan of the Foamposite movement along with Penny Hardaway. Now we're gonna go to the extension of the Penny Hardaway and Foamposite and talk about a bunch of colorways, or a few colorways of this Nike Flightposite. Now this is a shoe I always get the name mixed up. These are actually the Zoom Rookies. Just a second ago I called them the Flightposites. This is the dynamic blue colorway, which released in 2012 for a retail price of 200 bucks. Style, along with some of that Foamposite shell, was just second to none. Very happy to have these shoes as well. They came out in a lot of colorways, and this one right here actually glows in the dark, but because of the cases that I keep them in, the back panel, as you guys can see, got some sunburn or sun bleach, so it's slightly a different aged look. However, the glow in the dark is still very popping and very vibrant on this shoe. Not mad at these at all. Kind of a unique shoe. I don't see a lot of people having these in their collection. These actually came out in 2011, and I've been managing to keep these in pretty solid shape. That Foamposite technology, that shell definitely keeps these shoes intact. It does have the carbon fiber. Not a bad shoe. I don't know if anybody would consider hooping in these now. More of a casual feel, but these shoes are definitely classic. One of one in my opinion. So next up, we have another banger. Now this is the Zoom Rookie that came in the Galaxy print, as you can see, and they re-released in 2019, which I dropped the ball. I should have actually scooped those pair up because it had more of a glossy finish on the upper Foamposite shell. This has more of a matted feel, maybe because it's from 2011, but very happy to still have these in good condition. I rock these every blue moon. I definitely should have scooped up the pair from 2019 though. These are not to be played with, and I'm definitely looking forward to the Galaxies that drop in 2025 All-Star Weekend. So far in my collection, you've seen my Nike Zoom Rookies and a lot of my Air Foamposites and Foamposite Pros, which I'm gladly to have in the collection. Now let's go ahead and get into some of my influence from the 90s and shoes that kind of started it off for me on my sneaker journey. These right here are some true bangers. Let me know if you own any of these in your collection. Now, one of the first shoes that started it off for me is indeed the Nike Air Zoom Flight 98, the glove shoe, Gary Payton shoe. A lot of dope colorways came for this silhouette. However, the black and white one was probably my favorite. Now, when these originally dropped, of course, I did have a pair back in the day. A couple different colorways that came out. These right here released in 2013, the black and white colorway, one of the most iconic colorways, but there are a lot of color combination on this. I do like the fact they have that zipper that really kind of hides the shoe. A lot of shoes came out, or not a lot of shoes, but a good amount of shoes came out with this kind of feature. Every time they do it reminds me of this shoe right here. Such an iconic shoe. Great for hooping, but of course I wear them for casual wear. Let me know what you guys think about the Gary Payton shoe. Do you own this colorway or any other Gary Paytons? Let me know in the comments below. Now this next shoe was definitely hard for me to find, and I found it on Macari. Recently, like in 2022 or 2021 if I'm not mistaken, the Nike Air Force Max CB2. This royal blue colorway is definitely fire. One of the more sought after and low-key slept on Charles Barkley's out there. Very happy to find these. A lot of times I try to go back and find some of the classics, and this indeed is another classic that we went back and scooped up. Was this Reebok Question 1 Mid, that blue toe. Very classic and iconic Iverson shoe, especially from the 90s. We know he put in a lot of work in these shoes and this colorway in particular. I'm a big fan of this shoe. Really good leather quality on the upper, that white with that like metallic, or what is that blue called? I don't know, but I really like it. And of course, the translucent blue outsole really adds touch to it. Haven't cracked these open yet. I did find these for the low for like 50 bucks at Shoe Palace recently. Very happy to have these in my collection. Couple other colorways I'm looking forward to grabbing at some point. The next classic sneaker in my collection from the 90s is the Nike Air Griffey Max 1 in the Varsity Royal colorway. I scooped these up in 2021. Haven't worn these maybe but twice. At some point we will rock these during the summertime. I like the color combination. The freshwater has escaped me so far, but at some point I will scoop that one up. Let me know if you guys are a fan of Ken Griffey and the Ken Griffey shoes. From one legend, Ken Griffey, to another one, Kobe Bryant. I fortunately was able to grab the Adidas Crazy 97 EQT. These ones were the pair that dropped in 2022 when he wore these in the dunk contest years ago. I believe 95, 96, something like that. I had to have them. I had the black pair and the white pair. Now when these dropped in the purple one, it just was a no-brainer. $130 was the retail for them. They went rather quickly, especially in the bigger sizes. Such a classic shoe to hoop in. I definitely wear these for casual. Let me know what you guys think about these and what's Kobe's best Adidas shoe. Comment down below. These by far were one of the best Adidas basketball shoes in the 90s. And now getting back to Nike, we got the Air Max CB 94. These dropped, of course, in 2020 when I was able to get my hands on them. Also owned them as a teenager. Very classic shoe. I wanted to scoop up another pair. They did release a pair in 2023, but I hesitated to get them. The only slight difference was a simple shade of purple, but these are definitely classic, still in good condition. Very happy to have these. Let me know if you guys added these to your collection. Was this one of those bangers in the 90s? Give me your thoughts about them, of course, in the comments below. And of course, next up, you cannot go wrong with the Nike Air Max Penny 1 Orlando. This is the pair from 2011 that I still have in the stash. Of course, it's an older shoe. I was able to scoop up the pair that dropped in 2022, of course, but this right here is one of the front runners to really start me loving shoes, liking signature athlete shoes, even before Jordan. I mean, these were definitely crazy. One of the first signature athlete shoes that I actually owned in my collection. Now we have them again, and they drop them once more. I might have to get another pair. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the Air Max Penny 1, or do you think that shoe is overrated? The next shoe, of course, is a classic shoe from the 90s. However, this is not an OG colorway. I did want to get my hands on that pair, but it always sells out very quickly. But this one is fire, the Reebok Kamikaze 2. Packer shoes reminder, the Alamo. Now this one has some pretty good details. The color combination is fire as well. These definitely came out in 2013. Let me know if you guys like that colorway, just giving you a different look and vibe when it comes to the Kamikaze 2 with some really good materials. I'm definitely happy to have these in my collection. The next classic Nike sneaker that I went back to grab is this Nike Air Max Sensation. This right here is Chris Webber's signature shoe. I love this colorway, the varsity red and white. Vintage shoe, found it on Macari, but the OG colorway, this one right here takes the cake. One of my favorite shoes of all time. The black and royal blue is just a crazy color combination. These always had really good materials. That leather was very plush. The nubuck on there was crazy. A lot of good colorways for this shoe. Started it, man. This is one of those shoes that definitely started it for me. I can't say enough. They had a lot of good colorways. The varsity red we just showed you. There's a white and navy blue one that's also fire. I would love for this shoe to retro, bring out some more of them classic colorways. I definitely would scoop them up. I know some of the OG sneaker heads and collectors out there would as well if you appreciate this shoe. Let me know your thoughts about it. Am I too hyped for this shoe? Give me your feedback. Let me know if this is something you even know about or something that you would add to your collection, of course, in the comment section below. But there were truly some banging basketball shoes in the 90s. This next Barkley I grabbed because it's nostalgic and hopefully I can find somebody to restore it for me. This right here is the Nike Air CB34 in the Carrot colorway, which dropped in 2008, but I went back and grabbed them maybe in like 2022 from Macari. I was very happy to find these. They have the Sur on the bottom. Once I find that Gazella colorway, I have to add it to my collection too. This is one of those Barkleys that's truly slept on. Really good leather quality, as like I said before. It has the Sir on one outsole, the other one Sir Charles right there, as you know, one of his nicknames. This was one of his fire shoes that he wore when he played for Phoenix. Let me know if you guys are a fan of this Barkley, or do you guys like the CB94s more? Give me your feedback in the comments. The next classic 90s shoe we're gonna get to is the Nike Air Up 14 in this yellow and black colorway that you do not see too much at all. Didn't see them on StockX. You might find them on GOAT. This yellow and black colorway was definitely unique. I'm a big fan of the original colorway that Penny wore, the white and black and the black and white colorway, but this one is also very fire. Like I said, when I wear these, I don't see too many people rocking them at all. A lot of people ask about these. This yellow and black colorway with the metallic silver swoosh is definitely one of a kind. That kind of wraps up my 90s themed shoes here in this video. From the 90s, let me know which one of them sneakers do you have in your collection, wanted to get, or think was overrated. Give me all the feedback in the comments below. Let's go ahead and talk about some of my casual shoes. Next up, we have one of two Air Force Ones that are in my sneaker collection. Of all 200 and plus pairs, I only have two Air Force Ones. One's a high, which you're looking at right now, with the white blue and orange trim. These kind of give off a New York Knicks vibes. I love these colorways. I like the materials on them as well. We'll talk about the other Air Force One in the video a little bit later, but let me know what you guys think about this colorway. Next, I'm gonna mix it up a bit with a slightly different shoe, definitely for casual wear only, some Mason Margielas. Now these are definitely unique. I love the red and black colorway with the paint splatter all over the toe box. You guys can see these are still in really good condition, haven't even worn off the insole yet. Maybe rock these during the summertime. Hopefully we can step out a little bit more where it kind of calls for these type of shoes. Definitely some good qualities used on them. A little bit of a snug fit, so I have to wear some thinner socks, but I have these in this red colorway as well as the blue one, which I will show you in just a moment. But let me know if you guys are a fan of this red colorway and if you own any Mason Margiela sneakers in your collection. Next, keeping it real casual, is the Adidas Stan Smith. Now I have about 4 pairs of these, and I would have showed them all in one whop. Maybe I'll give you guys a glimpse of that towards the end of the video, but I'm showing you guys one pair, very clean for a lot of things out there in the spring and summertime. Let me know if you guys are fans of the Stan Smiths. Next up, we got some classic Gucci's that I have in my collection that I haven't worn in a very long time. Definitely giving off that vintage vibe, more of a high top. I like these shoes. You don't see them too much on feet, of course, and they are made of good quality. Let me know if you guys like these or own any of these in your collection. There's a few of these that got away, but it is what it is. These are stylish and expensive, but not that comfortable. One shoe that's very comfortable that I wear a lot are these Nike Prestos in a triple black colorway. I wear these a good amount of the days out the week, maybe 4 days out the week for an errand or just to make some runs in general, because they just feel so good and slide on very easily. Next up, we got some vintage Balenciagas, which I haven't worn in a minute. Definitely a nice colorway and very different type of shoe. If you're not into them, you might not like them. Good materials on these for sure. Translucent outsole. Not mad at these. I've worn them, I think the last time I wore these was maybe even a year ago. And the thing about some of these designer shoes and shoes in general, you definitely want to put your feet in them, test them out, because you don't want them cracking once you try them out, like I did on a shoe that I talked about a while ago on a Louis Vuitton. I hadn't worn it for a while, let it sit around, and didn't protect it, I guess, the proper way. So wear your sneakers, especially your designers. I love these. I will be trying to whip these out this summer. We also got some Louis Vuitton mids, kind of look like a dunk mid, but it is a Louis Vuitton all leather upper, triple black shoe. Really good leather quality on these. I've had these in my collection since 2009, definitely holding themselves up, and the midsole is not cracking just yet, but we don't know, man. It's been a minute since I've had them, so hopefully they hold up just a little while longer. Also have some Louis Vuitton loafers for when it's really time to step out. All red suede. Haven't really had an occasion, but maybe we can change that in 2024. Maybe there might be some more type of dinners or events to go to where this might be the occasion, but I'm definitely a fan of these. All red suede with that Louis Vuitton buckle right on the top. You can't go wrong with these loafers at all. Give me your thoughts about these. Also, I have some red Bushimis. I also had a black colorway, which I don't have anymore, but this red colorway is definitely fire. All red suede with the gold lock on the heel, as well the gold buckle for the lace lockdown. You can wear them relaxed like this or put them latches through here, and the gold kind of locks down and really shines on the shoe. Big fan of the Bushimis. They have some really good ones out there. Let me know what you think about these. That red leather is definitely eye-catching. Once you shine them up, they look really good on feet, especially when you're stepping out to an appropriate event. Then we also got some Dolce & Gabbanas, some low tops. These are getting a little snug on my feet. That's why I haven't worn these in a minute, but I'm a really big fan of this colorway, that slight blue gray with the DG on the heels, as well as the slight side of the shoe, as you guys can see right there. Very nice shoe. Once again, some of these designer shoes aren't the best for a long time of wearing, but they're definitely stylish and they look good. And I like the fact that these had only straps. Next up, we got a shoe that I actually won during a contest. This shoe right here represents my courtside seats to a Lakers game when LeBron played for the Lakers in that first or second year, but he did get hurt. So unfortunately, he did not play, but I was rocking these courtside. These were represented by Don C. It came with like a sweater, a shirt, and of course these shoes, which are pretty unique. Feel good on feet. Definitely keeping these because they have sentimental reasons. Of course, sitting courtside at a Laker game can be very expensive. Was a great experience for me and my girlfriend. Hopefully we can make that happen again, because them seats are expensive. I don't know if that's something that I would really spend my money on, but if I had another opportunity to, I definitely would go. And of course, during the setup of this video, I got a little mixed up when it came to the casual shoes and running shoes, because these are technically running shoes that I use for casual. The Adidas A2's collab. This one is definitely fire and unique, one of the more unique Adidas. Of course, you guys have the lacing, but you guys gotta love that star. I believe represents France, if I'm not mistaken. The blue tone was fire. I love the stitched in stars on the toe box. Very comfortable shoe, of course, because they're boosts. You don't really see these too often on feet or just many places. Very happy to have these in my collection. Now, this Ultra Boost just stood out to me because of the colorway. I love the blue and orange with the black color combination, giving off a few team colors out there. Lace swapping might be good if you put white laces or orange laces in them, but I do like the way they came with the stock laces. Of course, you have the black boost, which was something that really stood out to me too. I'm not really a big fan of the shoes with the white boots, just a little harder to keep clean. Next up, I got another colorway of the Nike Presto in this racer blue colorway that is truly unique. I love that blue tone on the Presto. One of my favorite, most comfortable running shoes out there. You can slide them on easily. They fit comfortable. 1,000,001 colorways out there for you. I'm definitely a big fan of this shoe. Unfortunately, I only own about 3 pair of them. The triple black, this racer blue, and we got another colorway that you'll see in just a second. I'm also a big fan of the Nike P6000. We also got that really nice racer blue colorway on this Nike P6000. This is definitely one of the more popular shoes of 2024. I definitely scooped this up this year. I like this colorway, stands out. Very comfortable shoe, only 110 bucks, so pretty affordable. If you play your cards right and wait around, you might be able to get them on sale because they are going on sale pretty soon. But the white midsole with the blue, black, just a really nice color combination. As I said before, very comfortable. Give me your thoughts and opinions on the P6000s, an OG shoe coming back. A lot of ventilation. I like the netting on here. Looking forward to seeing what other colorways are down the road, but I'm happy to have these in my collection. Next, we have yet the second colorway of the Mason Margiela sneaker that I do own. Very comfortable casual shoe here, navy blue black with the white midsole. Pops, definitely stands out with that splatter paint all over the toe box area. Give me your thoughts and opinions about this colorway or the red one we seen just a little bit earlier. Is it something that's more your style or something that you will pass on? Give me your thoughts and opinions, of course, on this shoe in the comments below. Next up, we're going to talk a bit about the Adidas 350s that I do own in my collection. First, we got the Belugas. Now, this colorway is one of my favorite ones for sure. Had a few in my collection that I have sold since then, but I do have this OG colorway of the Beluga. This is not the restock, so the fact that I was able to keep them in pretty decent shape, I'm happy about that. Hopefully, at some point, they would release these 50% off. I know we got a lot of Adidas merchandise and shoes from Adidas being marked down heavily at the outlets, but I haven't seen no 350s and definitely haven't seen no Belugas. If that happens, I definitely will scoop up another pair. This right here is that light blue, or I forgot the blue tint. I think that's what this one's called. Very dope colorway, subtle as well. I washed some Yeezys in the laundromat to see if they can really get clean. Check out that video on my channel if you haven't seen it before. I'll link it in the description box. If you guys have washed your Yeezys or cleaned them, let me know which kind of cleaner you guys are using. I do like these. I like the materials on the uppers, but it's just hard to keep them clean. Another one that's in my collection that I wear a lot, these right here, I get a lot of wear out of these. The all black with that hint of the tan on the side of the 350 is definitely clean. Very comfortable shoe still. And this right here is definitely not a fake. This is a custom. I tried to dip dye it. This was originally a zebra 350, and I thought I was gonna scoop up the zebras when they restocked, but I dragged my feet and missed out on them. But these were originally the zebras that I dyed and tried to get them a certain thing. Didn't quite turn out the way I wanted them, but I still do like bit of a smaller collection of 350s. Nonetheless, still have some and I love them. Next up, we got a dope colorway of the Air Max Plus. I like this colorway a lot. Kind of a vintage vibe that they brought back again. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the Air Max Plus, aka Air Max TN. A lot of solid colorways, retail for like $175, and a good amount of them are on sale right now. Then we also got some classic Cortez, black and white, black dominant with the white accents. You don't really see this colorway out there too much. They went on a hiatus of making Cortez. Now they're bringing them back with a lot of different colorways. I'm still happy to have the black and white ones in my selection. Next up, I got some premium beaters. These NMDs have some different materials in the upper, kind of like a wool material. Definitely a comfortable shoe. You gotta have the 3M laces as well as 3 stripes on the side panels. Not mad at the NMDs. Definitely a sought after shoe at one point. Kind of died down a lot, but still very comfortable. I'm not mad at these at all. Let me know what you guys think about this wolf gray colorway. Next up, I found these Air Max 95s at the Burlington for 55 bucks. They normally retail for 170. Yes, indeed, the Nike Air Max 95 Baltimore away colorway. Definitely a fire, unique one. Found like maybe 3 or 4 pair, and one of them was a size 13. So I scooped it and added it to my collection. Not a bad colorway. Definitely like the materials on these. Like I said, to find them for 55 bucks when they normally retail for like 170 was definitely a steal. Are you guys a fan of the Air Max 95s? If you are, let me know which colorways you own in your collection. Then we get back over to my Prestos. This is the other colorway that I do own, the University Blue, white, and black color combination on this one is definitely fire. Perfect for the spring and summertime, as I say all the time. Also a very comfortable shoe. Between the University Blue and Racer Blue, kind of hard to pick which one I like more. I think I'm leaning towards the Racer Blue. Let me know what you guys think. Next up, I got a super beater that I've been holding on to for a very long time, hoping that Nike will bring this shoe back. The Air Trainer 1 Low, they definitely been bringing back in other colorways, yet to bring back this black gray with the speckled midsole. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they do this summer. That would be dope. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the Air Trainer and Air Trainer Lows, and do you have any in your collection? Next up is a very disappointing situation that happened in my sneaker collection. I have these Louis Vuittons, as you can see, in a triple black colorway. These are definitely some dope shoes. Had them since maybe 2011. Didn't wear them for a minute. Wore them a couple times. Didn't wear them for years after that. I recently wore these maybe last month. Did not realize that this was happening to my shoe. As I looked closely for doing this sneaker review of all my shoes, I started to see the midsole on both of them cracking and tearing apart, as you can see. This is like the worst sight you would ever want to see to any one of your shoes, let alone a Louis Vuitton. Official, like a referee with a whistle. These are real, but the midsole is just trashed. It's an older shoe. I gave it a rest and didn't wear them for a while. Broke them out, didn't realize how badly they were falling apart. Hopefully I can find somebody who can work some magic on these for parts, but it's a wrap for those right now. Now we can go ahead and check out some of my Air Jordan retros that are in my collection. Let me know what you think. First up, let's go ahead and start with the Jordan 11, one of my favorite silhouettes of all Jordan retros. This is the Jordan 11 72 and 10. I'm a big fan of this colorway. All black with the hint of the metallic red. Of course, you have the translucent outsole. One thing about this is the upper has all leather, so it is definitely plush and high quality like all Jordan 11s are. Some people do not like the mud guard. The patent leather mud guard on here does have kind of a little sparkle to it. That definitely is not a deal breaker for me. I'm a big fan of this stealth kind of all black upper with the white midsole and of course the translucent outsole that of course ages after having them, but that's what happens with this fire shoe of a Jordan 11. I love the Jordan 11 72 and 10s. Missed out on the Jordan 11 72 and 10 lows, but these are definitely classic. Let me know what you guys think about it. Next up, we got the classic Air Jordan 6 Olympics. Now this right here is truly one of my favorite Jordan 6s of all time. That's why we got them. The navy blue and white combination with the hint of red is truly fire. They've aged very well. And if you missed out on these, they are releasing this year in 2024 in honor of the Olympics, which I'm happy to see. These are definitely classic. I always have to go down a half a size on them, but I can wear a 13 as well. Truly one of the best Jordan 6s. Next on the list, we have the Air Jordan 3 Flip. Now this right here actually came in a pack with another Jordan 3, which we will talk about in just a second. But this black colorway is pretty dope. Got the elephant print all over the upper, everything else dominant black. One thing that I like about this shoe is the fact that it has an all black collar, tongue, as well as sock liner. Very much so a luxurious Jordan 3. Definitely had these for a while. I believe they came out in 2012, 2013, if I'm not mistaken. But let me know what you guys think about this elephant print all over print. And then you have the sock liner, like I said, black colorway, pretty much a stealth vibe for the Jordan 3. Definitely gives me black cat vibes, even though I know this is not a black cat. The cement on this Jordan 3 in a black tone makes sense. In 2024, or actually 2023, we had the Jordan 1 elephant print and it didn't work out. Now we have the Jordan 3 flip in the white colorway, which I also own. This right here definitely aged perfectly, being that in 2023, 2024, a lot of the retros are coming with the aged midsoles and back tabs and so on and so forth. So these right here don't seem as old as they are, because as you can see, the back tab on my Jordan 3 is truly aged, and this is actually what they're going for now. Very happy to have these. I wear these every now and then. This Jordan flip also has the very nice sock liner that's in leather along with the tongue. We have the metallic gold on the tongue as well as the eyelid. Very classic Jordan 3. Next up, I got another retro that is kind of hard to come across, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. The Jordan 9 Retro Photo Blue with the black bottom, labeled as a B grade. Slightly different from the Photo Blue, which has the white midsole. I like this rendition way better. Of course, you have the stitched in 23 on the back, which unfortunately the powder blue that released in 2024 did not have, which I feel like is why people don't like them. But this colorway is crazy, all black with the photo blue stitching. Definitely a sought after Jordan 9 in my opinion. Good quality on these, and let me know if you guys are a fan of them. I'm very happy to have these, and hopefully we get some more Jordan 9s releasing in 2025. Next up, we got the Jordan 7 Retro Ray Allen Bucks. These dropped actually in 2019. Very much so a slept on Jordan 7, but I'm happy to have them in the collection. Clean colorway, all black with the purple and gray accents, definitely making these stand out. On the insole, you have Ray Allen's shooting logo, which is also a nice touch to the shoe too. All black, which you can match it with a lot of things out there. Definitely happy to have these in the collection. Let me know what you guys think about Jordan 7s. I also have a pair of the Olympics, which is definitely one of the oldest pair in my collection for sure when it comes to Air Jordan Retros, as this is the 2004 release. As you guys can see, evidenced by the back panel, you can see discoloration and cracking. Definitely a vintage shoe right here, but we kept it clean as long as we can. I like this Jordan 7 right here. Maybe they'll retro these in the future. Let me know if you guys are a fan of Jordan 7s overall. Next, I want to go ahead and talk about this Air Jordan 6 Pistons, which dropped in 2010. Definitely a fan of this colorway. Another shoe that's classic, came out a long time ago, that is starting to slowly but surely fall apart on me. Maybe we'll get some restoration. Somebody will come around and help me out and save these Jordan 6s. I love the patent leather upper mixed with the suede or the nubuck. Some people like that, some people don't. The fact that it's all black makes it stand out, with the red and blue hints all over the shoe. Translucent or semi-translucent outsole. Very dope Jordan 6 right here. Hopefully at some point these make a comeback, even though the Pistons aren't doing so well. So maybe there's no reason to bring these back, but I just love these. Like I said, 2010, it's been a long time. Let's go ahead and retro these too. Are you guys a fan of this color combination? Black, varsity red, true blue, and light graphite as a color combination. You can't go wrong with that. Next up is a shoe I got lucky. I won a pair of some Jordan 1 neons, some Jordan 1 OG neons, and because I got there early, they had extra pairs of this Jordan 6 Travis Scott British khaki. These dropped 2021. I was ecstatic. I found the perfect size for me. As I mentioned earlier, Jordan 6s do fit a little big, so a 12.5 is perfect. These were in a 12.5, so these were meant for me. Glow in the dark outsole and details. You guys know about these. One of the more hyped up sneakers in my collection. Have not un-DS'd them just yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna crack them open during the summertime. I mean, why not? We only have one life to live, and what are we waiting for? I have a lot of shoes that I be sitting around, as you guys can see, starting to fall apart. We gotta rock these. Next up, we got another Air Jordan 11 in my collection, the Jubilee 25th anniversary. These right here dropped in 2020 as well. Big fan of this color combination. It's just the makeup of the shoe. The metallic silver hints. You got the black patent leather with the white midsole. Very happy to have these. 10 out of 10 in my opinion when it comes to the Jordan 11s. Of course, great quality, color combination, that 23 on the back along with that plated MJ logo. These are just perfectly made. Very happy to have these in my collection. Did you guys scoop these up in 2020, or was this one that was easier for you to pass on? Definitely happy I scooped these up. I believe these fell kind of under the radar, but this Jordan 13 definitely did not. Also released during 2020, the Black Hyper Royal Air Jordan 13 is one of my favorites that have released in recent years. Let me know if you guys have added these to your collection. I don't know, it's something about 11, 12s, and 13s that really hit for me. These 13s in particular, you still get the carbon fiber, you get the Jordan eye cat on the left ankle or the medial side of the ankle, and then of course the materials are always on point as well. Very happy to have this in my collection, size 13. I had to run them as soon as they dropped, along with this court purple Air Jordan 13. Also give me Mike Bibby PE vibes when he was hooping for Sacramento. These are definitely two fire colorways, two of my favorite Jordan retros in the collection. This court purple, you don't see that often as well. Very fire shoe. Both of them to me is about a 10 out of 10. Let me know if you guys are a fan of Jordan 13s. Where do they fall for you in the line of all the Jordans? Do they make your top 5 or top 10? For me, definitely a top 3 Jordan retro for many reasons, including these. How can you go wrong with the playoff 13s? Now, this is also one of the shoes that jump-started my collection back in the day. Had them, beat them up. Glad they brought them back not too long ago, and we screwed them up again. Maybe even should double up on them, but it is what it is. Very classic playoff 13 right here. Did you guys scoop these up on a recent release, or have you had a pair for a long time? Rate these from a 1 to 10. Are they as nostalgic to you as they are to me? Always good materials, as you guys can see. Let's go ahead and check out the next shoe. Next up, we're gonna get into the Jordan 1, starting off with the Jordan 1 Bread Reimagined. A lot of people were iffy about this shoe. When we first heard about it, the reimagined cracked look is something that people were iffy about, but once we got more detailed images, it definitely became a fan favorite. This is the first time owning this color combination on a Jordan 1 for me, and I am a fan of these and was happy I was able to scoop this up in my size 13 because this was definitely a shoe that went pretty much as soon as they dropped. It was kind of hard to find them for a good price afterwards. Now the market is different, so you might be able to find them now, but I'm happy that I don't have to deal with that, and I'm a big fan of this Jordan 1 Bread Reimagined. Another sleeper that's in my collection that a lot of people are not appreciating as much is this Jordan 1 Biohack. Very colorful, very different, but the materials on them is very nice with some good cushioning on that, sock liner and the tongue of the shoe. The colorway is kind of different, but to me, I like different. I think they took some chances on this Jordan 1, and you got to respect that, giving us some different colorways than you normally see. I like the color tone of these. You don't see them much. This right here is one of my favorite Jordan 1s in the collection, the Jordan 1 UNC. I'm very happy about this release for many reasons. For one, I was able to get the UNC colorway on a Jordan 1 in a size 13 with no problem. And then also I did a raffle on my channel to help somebody else grab a pair. And it was actually a great experience, so shout out to everybody who did enter into one of the raffles, or in particular, a raffle for this Jordan 1 UNC, which is one of the best by far in recent years. Then we also have the Jordan 1 Dark Marina Blue. Now, I really am a big fan of this blue tone on this Jordan 1 with the black dominant, the blue overlay, white midsole. Lace swapping these is crazy. They tried to do something similar to this later on in 2023 when it came to the Royal Reimagined, but because of the materials, I feel like that's why it flopped. But if you like these, I think you might like those. If you add white laces to them, it definitely makes it pop even more. Fast forward to just recently, I also added these to my collection, the Jordan 4 Bread Reimagined. Did own these back in the day as a teenager, didn't get any of the other releases, so I was definitely happy that they dropped these. Now, a lot of people were iffy on the upper having the whole leather build, but I'm a big fan of these because it reminds me of the Oreos that dropped. I did sleep on those and had an opportunity to get them. I like the fact of an all black Jordan 4 with a leather upper. You know you're gonna get some good quality on a Jordan 4. So these for me was right up my alley. That's why we had to scoop up a pair. Let me know if you guys picked them up, or was that leather upper more of a deal breaker for you? Comment down below. Now these released in March, and when I'm making this video, it's currently June, and I can say that I've honestly worn these maybe like 15 times. I love them. They're comfortable. You gotta wear your sneakers, bro. After getting more into the retro ones and adding them to my collection, I've always been a fan of them, but never really bought too many. When these became available, I had to scoop them up. I found them in a 12.5, so I thought it was a great sign because you don't really find 12.5s too much. But I don't like the fact that they fit a little snug. Sometimes they fit better than they do. I guess it depends on the sock that I'm wearing. But this colorway is definitely fire. Did you guys go after the taxis? I mean, the yellow colorway, I like this combination and this color tone more than the ochres that dropped in 2024. That's just my opinion, but let me know what you guys think about this Jordan 1. The next Jordan 1 that I'm going to talk about in my collection is this Palomino. Truly one of the better Jordan 1 retros to release recently. Now, the buzz for Jordan 1s and the anticipation for Jordan 1s have definitely died down as I'm recording this in 2024. However, this Palomino was something that people definitely try to go after. I thought I would be able to wait a little while to grab them. Then when I went after them, I missed out. Luckily to Poison, I was able to grab a pair for myself in a size 13. The Poison app definitely helped out. I do have a code if you guys need help finding some shoes that you missed out on with a discount code. Next is a Jordan 11 though IE that you don't see too often. This is the Vogue colorway. These right here released in 2018 for a retail price of $170. These came with like a highlighter pack. They had a few other ones in the pack that were pretty unique. This Vogue green one definitely stood out the most to me. Let me know what you guys think. You can't miss these in the nighttime or the daytime, that's for sure. Next up, we got the classic, one of the older retros in the collection as well, the Air Jordan 5 Stealth, which dropped in 2006. As we are approaching 2026 pretty soon, maybe we'll get these to re-retro again. I love the color combination, very clean as well with good materials as you can see on Jordan 5s. 3M tongue as well, aged cage as well as the outsole. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the Jordan 5 Stealth. Definitely an older vibe. I love the color combination, white, sport, royal, and stealth. That aged net looks really dope. And maybe if they came out with a vintage style of that shoe, it might be a hit. This next shoe is fire. The Air Jordan 5 UNC is truly one of my favorite releases as of late. These dropped in 2023. I had to grab them as soon as they dropped. You can never go wrong with UNC on a Jordan retro. I'm a sucker for that. I love the college packs on the back heel, the translucent outsole. These were a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I try to keep these as clean as possible. Maybe you should have doubled up on them. Let me know if you guys were excited for these as I am, or if you guys scooped them up. Definitely some material that you gotta be extra careful with. You know, summertime vibes all day. We rocking these a lot this summer. Jordan 5 UNC, 1 out of 10. Like I said, a 10 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you guys think about them. Should they have done something different? Give me your thoughts. Next, we have the Air Jordan 12 Candy Cane, which dropped in 2012, as well as the 2006 pair. Both of these guys were pretty interesting. As you guys can see, the age going on, really good leather quality as well. Kind of a mix up for me in some of my storages. So I have one side, so the left shoe is the 2006 pair, and then the right shoe is the 2012 pair, which is crazy, but you can see slight differences in the makeup of the shoe. Both of them have really great quality as far as leather is concerned, and these are truly one of the better colorways of the Air Jordan 14 overall. Let me know if you guys picked up any colorways of the 14, let alone these cherries. If you guys are a fan of the Jordan 14 cherry or Jordan 14s in general, comment below what do you guys feel like is the best colorway. But I do like how they executed these. I think they are bringing these back again, either 2024 or 2025 if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully I'll be able to grab a size 13 at that point, and then also compare them side by side to see what some of the real differences are in the shoes. But give me your thoughts and opinions overall about the Jordan 14 Candy Cane. I was calling them cherry. They're also a candy cane. As you can see them side by side, there is some subtle differences. Next up, we got the Air Jordan 3 with the whole 3M upper. This is definitely one of the more unique Jordan 3s that I'm not sure how many people like. This Jordan 3 Retro, the 5 Lab 3 or 53 Lab Silver colorway, was definitely unique. Originally dropped in 2014 for a retail price of $225. You definitely don't see it too often. Really good materials. It's just that 3M kind of throws a lot of people off. You had 3M on the whole upper as well as the lacing, but you did get the leather quality on the tongue and sock liner. So a really good plush Jordan 3, just kind of slept on. Let me know what you guys think about these. Next up, I came up on these Air Jordan Retro Bordeaux at a Goodwill. Found them for a great price. These originally dropped in 2017 for a retail price of $190. I think I paid like 15 to 25 bucks for them. Definitely happy to have them. You know, I'm a big fan of 12s, 13s, and 14s, as I mentioned before. So to find this on the aftermarket, I was definitely happy about that. When they first originally dropped, I was kind of pausing and didn't really want to grab them. But after seeing them, trying them on, I really like the quality, and the colorway on that Jordan 12 is definitely fire. Let me know if you guys have these in your collection. Then next up, I have one of my favorite Air Jordan Retros, period, in my collection, man. The Jordan 1 High UNC toe is definitely fire. Was happy to find this in my size. Wasn't too much of a hassle to grab them. Lace swapping on this shoe is definitely important. Any one of the laces you put definitely go well. The UNC blue, white laces, or black laces. If you own these shoes, let me know which lace option are you going with. Definitely one of the best Air Jordan 1s to release in a long time. Next up is a shoe that I'm very happy to have in the collection. The Nike Air Max Penny 1 Highlighter Pack from 2011. This right here is crazy. I definitely don't see nobody wearing these, and that's something I love to have, shoes that's not worn all the time. I love this color combination. The black with the neon or Volt green or highlighter green is just something that's very fire. Hopefully at some point they bring these back. I doubt they retro them anytime soon. Very classic Air Max Penny 1. Let me know what you guys think about the Penny 1 silhouette overall. We're gonna go over a few more that are in my collection. This is one of my favorite shoes. I only have about 4 in total. We gotta change that, but they gotta come with better colorways and maybe even drop the price a little bit, but I doubt it. This New York Knicks colorway from 2005 is truly one of the better ones. You can definitely see it's aged by the bubble. I definitely want to do some restoration on it, but I want to be easy because this shoe is so old. You got to make sure you be delicate with it, and I don't want to damage it because it's still in great shape. I'm able to wear them and not have to worry about them falling apart, but this colorway is truly one of the better Air Max Penny 1s that you don't see often. I'm a fan of the subtle Knicks detail on the tongue, the toe box with the Nike swoosh, as well as the back heel tab, the pull tab, and the 1 cent logo on the back. Definitely a fire Knicks vibe. Now we're gonna get into a few of the LeBrons that I own, which are not many, but I do got a couple. First, we got the Nike LeBron 11. This is the NBA 2K14. I do like this colorway, of course. Very exclusive LeBron, hard to get your hands on them. I'm not mad at this silhouette. There were a lot of solid colorways. We were fortunate enough to get our hands on these. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the 2K14 LeBron 11 in the comments. Then this right here is what arguably to me saved the LeBron sneaker line. I say that every time. The LeBron 20 is by far one of LeBron's best shoes, definitely top 3. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the 20s. This is the Christmas shoe, AKA the Grinch, his version of the Grinch shoe. I love the green upper with the red bleeding through the green netted upper. You have a translucent outsole. Not a bad shoe at all. Kind of hard to find some of these shoes later on down the road, even though there are a good amount of LeBron's 20s going on sale, the LeBron 21s as well. I'm a big fan of this Christmas shoe. How about you? Then we got another LeBron. This is the Nike LeBron 16 Low tennis ball. As you can see, the back heel cup has that tennis ball material, which definitely stands out. The colorway is very, very loud as well. Don't see these around too much. You might have been able to scoop them up at the outlets at one point. Not a bad color combination, gives me summertime vibes. I definitely put some work in these shoes. Give me your thoughts about these, of course, in the comments below. Next, I want to get into a few colorways of this Air Max CB94 that I have, the Charles Barkley shoe. This first colorway is the Hall of Fame in that purple colorway. Older shoe for sure, but still in pretty good condition. You have the purple shiny finish with the purple nubuck upper. These are definitely one of a kind, and I don't see them too often at all. I went on the second market, found these on Mercari for a really good price. Kind of hard to find Barkleys in my size for the most part, and because I like to collect Barkleys and I've seen this one, collection, I definitely had to add it to the collection along with its counterpart. There was this purple one as well as this red one right here. I bought this really for nostalgic feels. I don't know how often I will actually wear this shoe. Maybe we might get rid of it, but it's just classic to see it in hand. Let me know what you guys think about these Hall of Fame Barkleys. Then of course I have the triple black colorway, the stealth colorway. You can never go wrong with that. This is also a shoe I would definitely double up on. I've had it for a while since they originally released or recently released, I believe in 2019 or 2020, something like that. I can't remember the actual release date, but the triple black colorway on these Barkleys is definitely classic. Hopefully they'll restock on these just because I love the way the shoe feels on my feet. Really good materials, and it's just a vintage classic situation coming back that you just can't go wrong with, bro. As you can see, I've definitely put some work in these shoes because these are definitely one of my favorites. But the benefits of having multiple shoes, you can kind of stress them or not stress them out. You can let them sit for a while and come back to them. Maybe I need to do a little cleaning, but I'm a big fan of my Air Max 94 Charles Barkley shoes. All 4 or 5 colorways in my collection are my babies, bro. Actually 4 colorways, as you can see here. Maybe we might add some more in the future, but there's nothing like this OG colorway right here. I just remember very well Barkley hooping for Phoenix Suns, doing his thing out there, 6'4", playing against the big men in these shoes right here. I felt like I was Barkley out there on the court. Then they released later on in life, I just felt like I was swagging. The color combination's dope. The 90s classics, you can just never go wrong with on these. Rating these from a 10 out of 10 or rating these from a 1 to 10. They're easy 10 out of 10 for me. I know we talked about these a little earlier with the 90s basketball shoes, but I just want to bring this back for my Barkley collection to put them all together next to each other. Next up, we got the Nike Zoom Freak 3. This is definitely a solid colorway, black, gray, and white. You can never go wrong with that. Found these actually when they came out. I think I got my hands on these a day or two, maybe a couple days earlier than they released. We had to review them. Very impressed by the shoe. I like the way it looks. Better indoors, but you can use them on outdoor courts as well. And a good price point for these. Next, we got the Li Ning Way of Wade 10, the Wild 10. If I'm not mistaken, this is the white hot colorway. Very happy to actually have these. Li Ning was nice enough to send me the shoe to review and talk about them. Really good traction, really good cushioning as well. Really good squeak test as well. These shoes make a lot of noise on the court. The price point is probably the downside to them. They're a little more expensive than you see typical basketball shoes, especially in the States. But Li Ning and Dwayne Wade have definitely been doing their thing for a while. I like the colorway, even though I wished I was able to get one of the more vibrant colorways. This all white or white hot is definitely classic for what Miami does in the playoffs, wearing all white shoes. So give me your thoughts about these in the comments. Next up, I got another wow sneaker. This is from Li Ning. This is the Way of Wade All City 10 Low, if I'm not mistaken. That's the name of this shoe. Has a lot of different colorways. The traction is good on this one as well. And of course, that boom cushioning midsole is definitely on point. Really good traction and really good materials and good quality. These right here retail for like 175 bucks. Then we also have the latest from 361 Degrees and Spencer Dinwiddie. They seeded me this shoe also to give my opinion on them, and I'm definitely impressed. This is a signature athlete shoe. Spencer Dinwiddie most recently played for the Lakers, as this has like Laker colorways. Not mad at this shoe. Retails for only 100 bucks, so pretty much in the same price range as the Puma Scoot Zero with some really good technology. I'm a big fan of these shoes. I want to see what other colorways they got and what they got coming down the line. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the DVD too. Following that basketball shoe, we got a classic. Not a classic in time, but just classic by the shoe itself. The Adidas Harden Volume 7 is definitely one of the most impressive basketball shoes in the last 5 years. I hear a lot of good rapport about this shoe, from the traction to the cushioning on the midsole and even your ankle support. Of course, you guys know James Harden specialized in Achilles and ankle support for him himself, which is a great thing for somebody like myself who's had an Achilles injury, which was a tear and a severe strain. So something like this is a shoe that I would feel comfortable wearing. I love both colorways that I do have. I do actually have 1 or 2 more colorways that are not in this video, but just know that the Harden Volume 7 is definitely solid, and a lot of people are liking the Harden Volume 8s, which might be be even a slight upgrade. I haven't fortunately tried those on yet, but I'm a big fan of the Harden Volume 7. Let me know if you own any in your collection. I also have a few colorways of the Harden Volume 4, which is definitely a sleeper when it comes to his signature shoes. The Harden Volume 4 fit like a glove. We got them in a black and white colorway, the silver and gray colorway, which also has 3M reflectiveness. I love the cushioning on the midsole, very snug fit. This camo colorway is definitely fire too, and one of the more limited colorways. Harden has definitely been doing their thing for a long time. Then we got the Harden Volume 5s, which was definitely an acquired taste. Now these right here are, like I said, an acquired taste. The colorways are definitely on point, but the makeup of the shoe is where it's really about. The midsole, outsole is definitely great. You have some really good traction along with some really good colorways on this shoe. However, the midsole is definitely pretty stiff. There's not a lot of side to side twerking or even bending and flexing the shoe. However, this definitely will lock you down and you feel great on the court. I've seen a lot of high flyers like Zach LaVine wearing these, of course James Harden, and this right here is one of my favorite colorways of the Harden Volume 5 that I own. This of course is an Arizona State PE, which represents the school he went to for college, Arizona State. This color combination is dope. I see them coming out with more colorways on his later models representing Arizona State as well. Then we got some of these, man. A lot of people don't like the Quantums. This is right here, something that I was iffy about. I got seeded these. Definitely a unique type of shoe. Don't know if it will be fine on the basketball court. I usually wear them for casual wear on a rainy day, like a stealth boot type of thing. Does have some 3M popping out. Then we got some more heat, bro. The Adidas Gill Zero Resto Mod. Of course, you guys know. If you don't know, I got a few of these in my collection with some really nice colorways. This Adidas Gill Resto Mod, you can rest assured will have some really good premium materials in the upper. When they're using animal print, is good animal print. The leathers are always on point, as well as the suede. I like this color combination here. Do not remember the actual name of this, but just the animal print, might be even a safari vibe, if you will. Then we have some exclusive colorways of the Adidas TS Light Switch Gill. This right here represents Bugs Bunny and his son Elijah Armani Arenas. Definitely an exclusive shoe right here that did not come in too many areas. If you did not know, when Gil Arenas was doing his thing with his shoes, this particular model, the Adidas TS Light Strike, or Light Switch, excuse me, came out in a few different colorways. If I'm not mistaken, it was like 25 shoes released in 25 cities. If you lived in a certain area, you can get a certain shoe. Pretty similar to what Nike and Kyrie did with the Kyrie 6 Preheat. Gil was ahead of its time. This TS Light Switch was a fire color combination also, and very exclusive. This right here represents the Slam Magazine cover when he was on the cover for Slam Magazine. Obviously, on the Adidas Gill Zero Resto Mod, they have a colorway with this same colored pattern, but this TS Light Switch is something that's not released yet. Don't know if it will be released. Very exclusive shoe right here. Very extremely to have these in my collection. I will be rocking these out a little bit more. Every time I wear them, people want to know what these things are. I rate these, of course, obviously a 10 out of 10. The detailing, the materials, the color on here is just fire. I try to keep them on ice, but I definitely want to rock them. But this is such a classic shoe. Let me know what you guys think about them and rate them from 1 to 10. By far one of the best. Then we got the Adidas Gill Resto Mod, which really shuts it down. By shutting it down, I mean this one right here really puts the boy on a map, letting you guys know he was doing work. This represents him scoring 60 points, actually 61 points against the Lakers and Kobe Bryant. Kobe got about 25 of them 60 points, you know what I'm saying? So we all gonna just say he dropped 60 points on Kobe Bryant's head, you feel me? This colorway is fire, white with the gold hints representing the jersey they wore that night. Very special shoe, special colorway with a special meaning. I'm a big fan of this shoe. Low cut shoe, great on the court as well. I wear them for casual shoes, but these are really good for indoor use with a lot of bite. Then we got the Adidas Gill Zero Resto Mod Hibachi. If you didn't know, on the court he could get hot quickly, just like a hibachi grill. That's where the nickname came from. This colorway is definitely dope. It's like that black and like almost burgundy red, but like a deep varsity red, if you will. You got the hibachi on the back heel or the back ankle, which I'm a fan of. I love the colorway, color combination. They definitely stand out from most shoes you guys see. And these originally came out like, you know, in the early 2000s when people were saying that you couldn't wear low cut shoes to hoop in. This is definitely one that set the precedent to let you know that and those rumors were false, you know what I mean? Next, I got another Gil Zero Resto mod. This by far is one that I was anticipating for a very long time. It's been years since I've been trying to get my hands on this one. They talked about it back in the day, the Adidas Underground collab. However, they just never released to the public or something. I just never was able to grasp them. But then in 2022 or 2023, Nike decided to retro Gil shoes, which was dope, and they included the Underground edition. I'm so happy they did this. This colorway is crazy. Not really around in stores too much, especially in a size 13 or 14. Details, textile, materials, the leathers, everything about this shoe is just classic. Then we also have this new colorway, kind of giving me off a South Beach vibe. Not sure what the theme or nickname for this shoe is. It's like a South Beach / Easter vibe, which I have yet to crack open, but I can definitely see myself rocking them this summer. Materials on these are definitely on point. One thing that I can appreciate when it comes to Adidas and Gil Zeros or Gilbert Arenas' shoes, they do not shorthand you on the quality. The leathers are gonna be good, the suedes or nubucks are gonna be excellent, the elephant prints or animal prints are definitely gonna be on point, which is something you can't say for a lot of basketball sneakers out there. So it's good to see this here. And I'm really a big fan of this colorway. It's just different, offset. You got the different hurricane. You got hurricane around the tongue. These are, I guess these might be the Hurricane Adidas Gil Zero Resto mods. Forgive me for not knowing the nickname to the shoe. Every shoe has 1,000,001 nicknames, but these are truly fire. This right here is one of my OG pairs. I got these back in 02, 03. This is a limited edition, the Roadrunner edition of the Adidas Gil Zero Resto mod. Like I said, this is a back in the day, so this one has a lot of wear and tear, but I try to keep it as good as possible because I love the color combination. Let me know if you guys are a fan of those, of course, in the comments below. Next up, we got the Adidas Trey Unlimited. Definitely a good budget sneaker. Retail under $100, like $90. You can find them maybe even cheaper online. These right here are really good for indoors and especially outdoor courts. This is the Starburst colorway, Trae Young's budget model, not a bad shoe. Did a giveaway for the Adidas Crazy 1. We're gonna bring that back again, so stay tuned for details. Next, we got the PG 2.5 PlayStation. One of my only 2 PlayStation or PGs in my collection. The 2.5 was one of his better silhouettes. Unfortunately, they didn't continue after the 6, but they are retroing this 2.5 silhouette, so it makes me wonder if they're gonna bring this colorway back. Also, the gray colorway was not bad at all, but I had to go with this blue one. The patent leather finish, you got the PlayStation buttons all over the shoe. Then of course the tongues light up, translucent outsole. The color tone of blue they used was definitely perfected correctly. I'm a big fan of this shoe. What do you guys think about it? I like what Paul George and Nike was doing when they came with his collabs. The PlayStation collabs is something that a lot of people have been looking forward to and wanting more of, but like I said, unfortunately they stopped. Next, I have a PG5, my only PG5. There were definitely some solid colorways. For some reason, this black and white colorway with the speckled midsole just really stood out to me. I do like the fit of the shoe. Definitely a true to size fit. Once you break them in, they really fit like a true one of one. Good traction, of course, got that Kobe 9 Elite traction. That's why a lot of people did like the PG5s, which makes me wonder why they went away from this traction pattern for the next sneaker after, which was the PG6. Not a bad sneaker in itself, but I do love the traction pattern for this PG5. Let me know your thoughts about that. Next up, I got an exclusive colorway. These recently just came into my collection. Shout out to the homie Agent Zero for seeding me these right here. The Adidas AE1 McDonald's All-American, the high school All-American game. Very exclusive game for high school and wannabe college athletes. They don't release these to the public too often. Sometimes they do. I don't think they release these to the public. One shoe is red and white, the other one is blue and white. A lot of detailing on the outsole as well as the insoles of the shoe. I like this shoe right here. Very happy to have it in my collection, especially because it's something that you really can't come across. This Adidas AE1 is truly one of the better basketball shoes out there. A lot of people are going for them. At only $120, you definitely can't go wrong with that price point. Let me know what you guys think about the AE1s and do you own any in your collection. Staying with the Adidas basketball, we have a really dope colorway of the Adidas Crazy BYW 2.0. Now this shoe right here is a sleeper and is definitely a much more of an upgrade from the Adidas Crazy BYW 1.0, and the colorways it came out with was so much better. A lot more exclusive colorways too. Anthony Edwards was actually wearing these shoes before he actually, had his signature shoe out there in the streets. These two colorways are definitely some that are harder to find. I'm a big fan of them. I love the way they feel. They kind of snug to your foot, and they have really good traction for indoor and outdoor usage. Next, we have a limited colorway of the Dame 6. I'm a big fan of this shoe right here. I love the materials used. Of course, the color combination, that tan with the white. Of course, they're using really good materials. You have that long hair suede mixed in with some really premium leathers. You have the gold accents on the side panels as well as the lace tips. Not mad at the Dame 6. Those are definitely ones that you don't want to sleep on. I'm mad that I missed out on the Pusha T collab because that was actually a fire colorway too, but I'm very happy to have these. Good colorway, solid shoe, and I haven't even worn them. Now we have the Dame 6. Right here is another colorway, the Olympic colorway, giving off that USA theme as we're getting ready for the Summer Olympics this year in 2024. Not mad at this shoe either, man. Very comfortable. Dame 6s are definitely a step up from the previous model. I just put some work in on these. Let me know if you guys own any Dame 6s in your collection, which colorways, and how do you rate those shoes. Then we have the Adidas Don Issue. Now these are unique. I'm not really a big fan of a lot of Don Issue shoes. This colorway, which is the Prove You Wrong colorway, is definitely one that stands out by far. The Don Issue series has came a long way with some pretty good collabs out there. I definitely am most impressed by the current Don Issue 5. The Don Issue 6 around the corner, not so much. But of the Don Issue 2s, this is by far one of my favorite colorways, even though it's very loud. Let me know if you guys like these and do you own any of the Don Issue 2s in your collection. Next, I want you guys to tell me what you think about this exclusive colorway of the Nike Air Max 95. This is the Dornbecker for 2013. The colorway is crazy, that blue tone with the, of course, like Captain America vibe. As you guys know about the Dornbecker selection or collection with Nike is always on point. These Air Max 95s definitely are on top of the game. Came out in 2013. Hard to keep them in shape. I would love to be able to find another pair. Of course, a dead stock pair. I'm a big fan of this shoe right here. Let me know of the Dornbecker series. Do you own any in your collections? Which Dornbeckers, which models? These are definitely a 10 out of 10. Next, we have another colorway that I just came across a little bit later of the Adidas Crazy Zero 2.0. Now, this orange colorway, Arctic Orange, is a fire color combination for sure. Definitely turns heads, and you can see it on the court no matter what the lighting is. You feel me? I like the cut of the shoe. I like the feel, the boost, the traction is on point. I wear these for casual as well as running errands and like running around. They're really good on the court for sure, as they are basketball shoes. Let me know what you guys think about this colorway. Next up, we got a few pair, actually a couple pair of the Adidas T-Mac Millennium 2. These right here are the K-Yao Breast Cancer Awareness. I'm a big fan of this colorway too. Haven't worn it for a while. They stayed in storage, so they did get some aging going on. Very clean pair. Of course, you can see the boost right there. True to size fit on these T-Macs. A lot of the T-Macs I feel like were underrated. Some of them were slept on, but if you gave them a shot, you definitely were impressed by the technology and just the way of the shoe. I mean, T-Mac was definitely a baller. Got a lot of buckets in the league, so why would these not help you get some buckets? I'm not mad at this colorway either, with the boost midsole as well. Really good traction pattern on here too. T-Mac silhouette dunking on somebody. I'm not sure who that is he's dunking on. I forget. Was that Yao Ming? I don't know. I can't remember. But these are clean. I like this colorway. You got the star on the side. A lot of people sleep on these. You might be able to find these online now. Haven't been in circulation for a long time. T-Mac Millennium. I'm not even sure if T-Mac is still with Adidas. Let me know about that in the comments below. Next up, we got an exclusive Air Max 95 NS, which came in the black and blue colorway, as you can see. These originally dropped in 2013 on January 1st. Now, I like these shoes. Definitely an old school that I gotta bring back out because you don't see this too often at all. Let me know if you guys like this color combination in the comments below.